There he is. I'm just letting him sit on it. Fishing for speckled trout or redfish in Louisiana tends to be really good. It's so good that a novice can fish with improperly rigged soft plastics like this and still catch a lot of fish. I know because I used to be that guy. Like, a long time ago, before YouTube was even a thing. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to correctly rig soft plastics, then delve into the how and why. Now, on this channel and in the content I make on my website, the fishing philosophy that I use and recommend is to find biting fish in the first place. This is the #1 best thing you can do on any fishing trip you go on, especially here in Louisiana where we have a lot of fish. This is more important than tying the fanciest knot with the best holding strength or having the latest name brand gear or lure or whatever bullshit is being marketed to you. Most fishing YouTubers can't do the thing that matters, which is being able to actually catch a lot of fish, so they move the goalpost to arbitrary things like knot tying or shilling for a gimmick that won't be here in 10 years. Well, I have caught a lot of fish, put people on a lot of fish, taught people how to do it, and continue to catch a lot of fish. And I can tell you that finding fish in the first place is great, but you still want to properly rig soft plastic lures. There's 2 reasons why. Reason #1, you will eventually get finicky fish. These are fish that are there, they are biting, but they are being more discerning than what they usually are. They are taking a look at that bait and being hesitant rather than smashing it as soon as they see its silhouette. These fish usually reveal themselves in the form of short strikes or following the lure to the boat. In fact, here's one YouTube video I used to reference this behavior. Here's a clip. I just saw 2 speckled trout chasing this bait. I saw them like you see goldfish at the aquarium at freaking Walmart. These are finicky fish. Guys, these are the epitome of finicky fish. Boy, I said it over there. I was like, man, it's almost like, dude, another one just chased it, just followed it. Here he is. I'm just letting him sit on it. When you encounter these kinds of fish, you want your soft plastic to be rigged correctly so they fully commit to it and you get a good hook set. While finding biting fish in the first place is key, having a lure that doesn't look assed up will make the difference between catching a few and catching a limit. Reason #2. You don't want to look like an ass clown. If I see a guy cleaning a bunch of fish at the dock and his lures are rigged upside down, then I know that the water must have been boiling with fish and that he got really lucky. I probably want to find fish that are biting that easily because they're easy to catch. But on the flip side, if I see a guy cleaning a bunch of fish and then look over at his boat and see expertly rigged tackle, then I know that chances are good that he found fish that are not easily caught. In which case, I definitely want to find those fish because I know that I can catch them while most other anglers could only watch. So with no further ado, let's take a look at how to rig paddle tails, curly tails, and a few other types of soft plastic fishing lures. The proper way to rig paddle tail soft plastics is with the tail pointed down and the hook pointed up. This way the tail paddles as intended by its design. You want to ensure that the body is threaded onto the hook in such a way that it is straight, not bent, and that the hook is threaded straight down the middle and exits out of the middle. If your lure looks like this, or if it looks like this, then you did it wrong. Ultimately, you want your lure to look like this. There are 2 reasons why. The first being that the lure swims and falls through the water column as intended, and the second being consistency. You want it to look the same every time. That is one of the many advantages of so-called artificial lures, and I say that with a little bit of sarcasm because all lures are artificial. That's the idea. Because they're always the same size, material, etc. You get consistency with your presentations to the fish. When you take off an old soft plastic that's worn and thread a new one on, you know it's presenting the exact same way as before. Live bait is not nearly as good at this. Each shrimp, croaker, or whatever tends to be a different size, color, or liveliness, and so does not achieve the same consistency as lures. Moving on. With curly tail grubs, it is the same thing. You want the tail pointed down so it can react off the water and get maximum action. If the tail is rigged pointed up, then it won't kick as much as if it were properly rigged pointed down. Again, you want to thread the body straight and down the middle like what you see here. You don't want it to be bent or coming out of the sides like what's depicted here. Now, a cheat code
That's cheating!
to figuring out where to enter and exit the hook is to place the jig head, hook, or whatever over the body of the soft plastic, like what you see right here. Bang! Now you know exactly what to do. Some lures feature a fin on top to show where the hook is supposed to exit, like on this vortex shad. Some lure manufacturers like Cajun Lures pay so much attention to this detail as to hollow out the fin to make for a clean hook exit. After that, it's a common rule that you want to rig the darker colors on top. However, there are some exceptions, such as gulp lures and others. It will be obvious what to do when you see the texture that is supposed to be on the top or bottom. But what about the red dot on sparkle beetles? In some of my content, I advocate the use of sparkle beetles because they're cheap, they're widely available, and they just plain work. Now, if you're not sure, remember that the state record speckled trout was caught on a sparkle beetle. Yeah, in my opinion, Leon Mattis's fish was a fraud and should be struck from the record, but that's a video for another time. Sparkle beetles are great, and often people ask if the dot should be rigged on the side or on the top or diagonally or whatever. And that's just overthinking it, just like arguing what octane gas to put in your lawnmower. It's a lawnmower, not a Formula 1 race car. So just rig the thing onto the damn hook and stop making it harder than what it needs to be. Now, at the beginning of this video, I advocated for finding biting fish in the first place. That is definitely key. But the next important thing is to put a lure where they can bite it. That's the process. Find fish, then put a lure there. So I made this video describing why that is such a challenge and exactly what you need to do to overcome it. It's the best way to catch fish you weren't catching before and will more likely than not revolutionize your fishing trips. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to know when the next one goes live, then you should consider subscribing.